Welcome to Bruhan Mumbai Municipal Corporation's Virtual Training Center, and I am Mrs. SNEHAL GODMABE, your English teacher from VTC. Let's begin with today's session.
Hello my dear children, welcome to today's session. See children, now you all in standard 9, okay? Very soon you will be in standard 10, and your parents must have started telling you about the studies. Now be serious. Now very soon you will be in standard 10, then you have to pass with good marks, then you have to get good admission in good college, and your parents give you examples of the other children who study well. बघा आई वडील आपल्याला सारखे सांगतात, कर अभ्यास कर, आता 9वीत आलायस किंवा 9वीत आली आहेस, लवकर 10वीच्या उंबरठ्यावर आहात तुम्ही, चांगले मार्क बघा, मिळवायचा प्रयत्न करा, तो अमुक अमुक बघा कसे छान मार्क मिळवतोय, ती कशी चांगले अभ्यास करते. सो our parents, our relatives, they always keep on comparing us with some other children. Okay, now not only you but everywhere in this world this comparison goes on. ही जी तुलना आहे, हे जे कंपॅरिझन आहे, हे सतत करत असतात. लोकच कशाला बघा, आपण पण आपली तुलना सतत कोणाबरोबर तरी करत असतो. That girl is so beautiful, or that boy is so tall, he is so good in studies, he can learn English very well, why can't I, or I am better than him or better than her. आपण सुद्धा बऱ्याचदा असं हे कंपॅरिझन किंवा तुलना करत असतो. पण विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, तुम्ही अजून खूप लहान आहात, हे जग तुम्ही अजून इतकं जाणून घेतलेलं नाही. बट आफ्टर युअर स्कूलिंग, तुम्ही जेव्हा मोठ्या जगात प्रवेश कराल तेव्हा तुम्हाला कळेल, यू विल रिअलाइज दॅट हाऊ द आउटर वर्ल्ड इज. And that's what we are going to learn in today's session through this poem comparison. Now nobody knows who has written this poem. The poet is anonymous, अनामिक आहे कवी, but this poem is very beautiful and very meaningful too. So let's learn this poem. We will begin with the reading of this poem. When you compare two things, they must have at least one common feature. Now we will learn this poem in today's session. Now whenever we will start reading this, you keep in mind one this thing, that whenever you will compare two things, they must have at least one common feature. जेव्हा आपण दोन गोष्टींची तुलना करतो तेव्हा हे लक्षात घ्या की त्याच्यामध्ये एक सामायिक गोष्ट असली पाहिजे. आता तुम्ही जेव्हा एखाद्या दोन मुलांची, म्हणजे एखाद्या मुलाची तुलना जेव्हा दुसऱ्या मुलाशी कराल किंवा मुलीशी कराल, तेव्हा त्याच्यामध्ये एखादी गोष्ट कॉमन पॉइंट धरून तुलना करायची. आयदर ते किती स्टुडियस आहेत, किंवा हाऊ दे आर वेल दे आर इन mathematics or science or English. Okay, so you should have a common point while comparing the things. Now for example, there is one picture. See, now there are two girls and they are having baskets. So one girl is having empty and the other one is having full of the flowers. Okay, so here full and empty, so the baskets, whether they are filled or they are not, so that is the common point. So in this way, when you compare two things, they must have at least one common feature. Remember that. Now we will read the poem stanza-wise. Fast as a spaceship, slow as a snail, big as a dinosaur, small as a nail. Second, fierce as a tiger, gentle as a lamb, sour as a lemon, sweet as jam. Next, dry as the desert, wet as the sea, square as a house, round as a pea. Fourth stanza, cool as a cave, warm as toast, noisy as a road trip, quiet as a ghost. strong as an ox, weak as kitten, hard as a rock, soft as a mitten, dark as a tunnel, light as the moon, night time midnight, daytime noon, tall as a giant, short as an elf, crooked as a mountain path, straight as a shell. And the last stanza, the world is full of opposites, so think of some yourself. So my dear children, you can see just now we have read this poem, and in each stanza some or the other thing has been compared, and here you can see, as we have seen earlier, there should be one common thing while comparing. Okay, now we will see how and what they have compared, and we will go stanza wise to learn this poem. Fast as a spaceship. Spaceship speed, you know, it's very fast. Fast, fast as a spaceship. Slow as a snail. So here speed is compared, fast and slow. Fast as a spaceship. It is fastest thing in the world, and snail is the slowest thing. Okay. So fast as a spaceship. Why we are comparing the things, we will come to know at the last lines of this poem. So be attentive and listen carefully and learn it. Fast as a spaceship, slow as a snail, big as a dinosaur. Now shape is compared. Big as a dinosaur, small as a nail. Nail, the smallest thing. Look here, nail. Okay. Big as a dinosaur, small as a nail. Dinosaur we have never seen, but we know that it was the biggest animal. So as big as a dinosaur. Big as a dinosaur, small as a nail. Nail is the smallest thing. Next, oh my God. Fierce as a tiger. Fierce as a tiger, gentle as a lamb. Lamb, very cute. You can see here. Tiger is very fierce, अक्राळ विक्राळ असा क्रूर वाटणारा प्राणी आहे, and lamb is very gentle, soft, fierce, violent, aggressive. Okay. Then now very simple examples. Sour as a lemon and sweet as a jam. Sour as a lemon, sweet as jam. Here taste has been compared. We have seen the speed, the shape, the gentleness, then the taste. Dry as the desert. How's the desert? Very dry, no rain. So dry as the desert, and wet as the sea. Everywhere water, water. So wet as the sea. Nothing can be more wetter than the sea. So dry as the desert, wet as the sea. See my dear children, the poem is very simple to understand. खूप सोपं आहे, पण त्या ओळींमध्येच त्याचा अर्थ लपलेला आहे. वाळवंटासारखं शुष्क आणि समुद्रासारखं ओलं. तुलना बघा. ओके. देन square as a house. Square as a house, round as a pea. Shape. We have seen the speed, the size, the gentleness, the taste, dryness and wetness, and now the shape. Square as a house. The house shape is square and round as a pea. What is this? We are comparing the things in all the aspects. प्रत्येक प्रकार एक्झाम्पल घेऊन तुम्हाला कवीने इथे विरोधाभास कसा असू शकतो हे दाखवलंय. Next thing is, what is this? A cave. How is the cave inside? Very cool, right? Cool as a cave and warm as a toast. You can see someone is baking a toast over there, so it is very warm. Cool as a cave, warm as a toast. Noisy as a road drill. Noisy as the road drill. When you have seen or you have heard that noise of drilling the road, okay? Noisy as a road drill and quiet as a ghost. We have heard about ghost. It is not making noise. Quiet as a ghost. Then, which animal is this? Strong as an ox. This is an ox which you can find in jungle. Or weak as a kitten. A small baby of cat is known as kitten. You know that. Strong as an ox, weak as kitten, hard as a rock. A rock is always very hard, right? Hard as a rock, soft as a mitten. Here, touch, feel. Okay, that is compared. Dark as a tunnel. When we pass through the tunnel, if you are going through the tunnel, you know the car or the bus, whichever is the vehicle, they have to put on their headlights. Then only we can see the road, right? So dark as a tunnel, light as the moon. Dark and light, opposite. Okay? Dark as a tunnel, light as the moon. Moonlight is very cool and bright. Dark as a tunnel, light as the moon. Night time, midnight. Midnight, 12 o'clock. Okay? Night time, midnight. Day time, noon. बघा मध्यरात्र आणि दुपार, भर दुपार असे शब्द आपण मराठीत वापरतो. अगदी ऑपोजिट आहे. मध्यरात्र आणि भर दुपार. रात्रीचे 12 म्हणजे मिडनाईट आणि दुपारचे 12 म्हणजे नून. राईट? सो नाईट टाइम मिडनाईट, डे टाइम नून. Next comparison. Tall as a giant. Giant Rakshas is very tall and huge. Short as an elf. Shortest. What is elf? You know that? A small fairy. Okay? Short as an elf. It as a mountain path. See how's the mountain path? When we are traveling on this road, you can see there are zigzag, not straight. Crooked as a mountain path, straight as a shell. See how the poet has compared the things. कुठल्या गोष्टींची निवड केली हे पण लक्षात घ्या. आपण म्हणू की ही काय तुलना आहे का? शेल्फ आणि माउंटन पाथ. पण कवीच्या डोक्यात कधी काय येईल आपल्याला सांगता येत नाही. स्ट्रेट ॲज अ शेल. ओके? नागमोडी आणि सरळ. काही गोष्टी खूप नागमोडी असतात, वळणाच्या असतात, तर काही गोष्टी आपल्या आयुष्यामध्ये अगदी स्ट्रेट असतात ॲज अ शेल. Tall as a giant, short as an elf, crooked as a mountain path, straight as a shell. And now we have reached to the peak point of this poem. The world is full of opposites. Poet is telling us the world is full of opposites. So think of some yourself. Here poet is advising you all that this world is like this, full of opposites. He has given us many examples to show how the world is full of opposites, and at last the poet is advising everyone. So think of some yourself. Here poet is telling us to be somewhat selfish. बघा जाता जाता कवीने आपल्याला एक सुंदर सल्ला दिला इकडे की अशा प्रकारे जग हे विरोधाभासांनी भरलेलं आहे आणि अशा जगात जर आपल्याला तग धरून राहायचं असेल तर आपल्याला थोडासा तरी आपला स्वतःचा विचार केला पाहिजे. Okay, so this was very easy poem to understand. Now here in this poem we have seen there are many adjectives have been used to give examples. Okay, so and these adjectives they have used in comparative forms. Okay, so what we are supposed to do, we have seen here big, bigger, biggest. Okay, there are some examples. We have seen that strong, noisy, or we have seen big, fast. Okay, so here now what we are going to do with these adjectives, there is an activity in our book. List all the adjectives in the poem. Go through the poem again and list all the adjectives and use the comparative form of them to write new comparison. Here I'll show you. See, we will take one adjective. In first stanza, this adjective is there, big as a dinosaur. Okay, so we will use in some other way. Okay, write new comparison. So we will write new comparison, bigger than the elephant. Okay, comparative form we have to use. We have to put er with that. We have already learned this. So big, bigger. And we have to write a new comparison, bigger than the elephant. In this way you can list down all the adjectives from this poem and you use those adjectives in comparative form and write new comparison. We will take some more examples. Fierce, fierce than the leopard. Sour, here sour thing has been shown. What is shown to us? A lemon. Here we will take some other example, sourer than the tamarind. Small, smaller, smaller than the pea. Gentle, gentle than the rabbit, very soft, gentle. Then cool, cooler, cooler than the ice. See, we have used some different examples, not from the poem. Strong, stronger than the anaconda. You can take any examples you know. And tall, taller than the giraffe. Okay, so in this way we have learned a very simple but very meaningful poem, and we have seen how the world is full of opposites and what our attitude should be towards the world. And after that we have done one activity from this poem too. So you go through the poem, you watch this video and you learn this poem and do this activity.
That's all for today. So you will revise what